up, YouTube? This is Madcock83. Today we're going to do a spotlight on a very just badass mod for Minecraft. It's called the Advanced Power Systems mod, and it's an add-on to buildcraft. And this is the bad boy we're looking for right here. This is part of the crossover mod. This is not included. These are large electric engines from the crossover mod that run off buildcraft, industrial craft power. But I'm just using them to get this fusion generator going. And that's what this is. What you need to do with this one is you need at least 6 pumps, pumping water into each side. And right now it's not using any of it, but what this is doing with all this energy being pumped in is building up power. Once it reaches this green line, it will begin fusing, and it will generate its own power. And we can cut these off and they're no longer needed. And it looks like we're just about to hit it. And there it goes, and now it's starting to suck that water pretty quickly. It takes all those engines over there to keep it running. And what we're going to do right here, we're using the teleports pipes, and we're going to change this frequency to, well, we'll change it in a second. Once this one first reaches the part where it can generate power, you don't need this anymore. Actually, we will need it for the water. I forgot. But once it reaches that point of fusion, it will slowly start to generate power. As you can see, we have nothing here. It's not taking any power in, it's not taking any power out. It will generally start to heat up all on its own. And this will take it some time. We can't help this out, we just have to let it sit and wait. But the only thing these are doing right now is supplying water to it to keep it going. But once this thing actually starts to supply its own power, it won't need any more power from buildcraft to keep going. It's self-sustaining. And what I have this one over here for is to power those pumps, so I can cut these off back here. So what I'll do is give it just a second, and I'll be right back. I just wanted you guys to see, just waiting a second. We're getting a 10 on the energy output. And we're getting a tiny little bit of energy that has really nowhere to go. It was already full. If we wanted, we could switch this over to 3, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough to run these. And I need to turn my music down again. Could have sworn I already did that. And now we're up to 12. Now in order to get this running, we can cut these off now. You're going to need 5 combustion engines, assuming you don't have anything like this, running on fuel, supplying this with power for a while. And if we're getting up to 13, and if I remember right, a buildcraft combustion engine running at its optimal speed with powered by fuel will create 5 joules of buildcraft power per tick. This bad boy, once it's up to its temperature like it's supposed to be, once it reaches up here, it will output 500 joules of buildcraft power, which is an amazing amount. And if anybody who's used buildcraft knows that this little blue line right there in the middle is your energy that you're producing, and it gets bigger the more energy you produce. Eventually we'll fill up this whole pipe with that blue line, and that's pretty nice looking. Let me let it build up some more heat, and I'll be back shortly. And actually, while we're waiting on this, we can look at something else. Another one this adds are these. I'm not going to show you how to craft these. I'm going to tell you that they're very expensive if you're playing legit. Most of them require you to, I know the fusion generator takes a few things from the assembly table and adds them into the recipe, and then once you get the whole thing together, you have to put the fusion generator in an assembly kit to to make the final block you put down. But anyway, these are solar reflectors and solar collectors. It's another way to get energy, basically like you would from industrial craft, which are these are solar panels over here. Industrial craft has solar panels and Red Power has solar panels, and with this add-on to buildcraft, buildcraft now has solar panels. And these only work certain points of the day. So what we'll do is go ahead and cut them on. We'll make it daytime again. And what you have to do is set the solar collector up above the reflectors. And they can be placed anywhere between 16 blocks of any axis. That means down, left, or right. And it will connect. And we can add more if we want. But if we add a redstone signal to this, it'll stop. But what this is doing is simply putting it into one of these, which is the same as MFV or MFSU from industrial craft. And it simply stores buildcraft power. Now, this doesn't produce a whole lot, but the more reflectors you add, the better. From what the website for this mod says, that the collector with 4 reflectors around it produces the same amount of energy as a steam engine from buildcraft does. But right now all we're doing is storing up and waiting for a later time. We can come back over here, okay, and see we're outputting 37, and it's still sucking up some water. And so we can do something about that. Now I'll wait for it to build up a little more. And while we let that build up some more, something else you can do with these energy stores. I've already ran the system once just to make it work, and I have 2 collectors over here. These energy storage will hold 1 million joules of buildcraft energy, and with these sliders you can change the output and how much it takes in at a time. When this is off, when these are not, right now the energy that's coming here is filling this one up. If you apply a redstone signal to it, it will drain. It will not collect at the same time that it drains. But what we can do is, if I remember how I have these set up, this is on 2. This is a powered furnace. What I've got is 10 from either industrial craft or red power or forestry. It's one of those 2. But this works just like a regular furnace, except it goes extremely fast and it runs off buildcraft power. Nothing really new if you're used to most of these technical mods. But there it goes. What I wanted to do, and it actually works on other forge related items. This is 10 from forestry. But I wasn't sure. I wanted to test that and see if it works, but it will work on mod ores as well. That's good to know. The next one we have over here, if I can walk, is a trace detector. Now what you can do with this one is give it power, and if you place items into it, it will find trace amounts of coal, iron, or redstone, and it will place them into an adjacent chest over here. It won't take all the blocks in the game, but what I have noticed, it takes most of the basic ones, stone, cobblestone, dirt, and it will take wood too. Or at least one of the other ones did. Yeah, it takes wood and it'll give you sticks. It also takes wool and will give you a shit ton of string and a shit ton of sticks for all that wood. I don't think it'll take grass. Granted, you're not supposed to have grass anyway. We can place that in there. We'll get us some dirt. And it found some stone, some coal, some iron, and cobblestone. And it'll place all those items in the chest adjacent to it. Good for pumping after you got a quarry with just a ton of crap that's completely unneeded. We're getting up somewhere now. We're energy outing 160, and it's gradually gaining temperature. Let's see, what else do we have over here. Apparently, this is a big pit of lava. And I didn't realize, but I was powering it. And what you can do is pump lava into this, and it will... It says that it puts it into a centrifuge, and will look for trace amounts of other materials inside of it. Right now, it's just giving us iron. It has a chance of giving us gold and diamond. And this is a blast furnace, and this goes right along with it. Granted, are we getting power? Let's change it to 2. And now it's taking in a little power, and if we place other items into it as well, same as dirt and rock and all that good stuff, it will turn it into lava. I'm not sure if we need to pump it out of here or not, so let's get a pump. Not a pump, an engine. Regular old redstone engine. Just one of those. And let's go to our pipes. And there it goes. Now the blast furnace and the mineral extractor go hand in hand. You can either just pump oil from a huge pit, but this is man-made. I made this pit. Give me my stuff back. But if you pump all your materials into here, your waste cobblestone, dirt, and shit from a quarry that you really don't need, it'll continue to burn it up and turn it into lava. And then you can simply pump it out and pump it into that mineral extractor, and it'll pull out some items for you. See, it's still making iron for us. Now, what I found out just now is apparently you have to pump the lava out of here with a pump. But these items, the mineral extractor and what's this thing? The grinder will throw the items out themselves. If you didn't have it hooked to a chest, it'll just pop out the top just like a quarry. And I believe that's it. Let's let that fill up some more and see what it can do. Well, I didn't have to go too far. Apparently it's already at the top. Now, one of these things here, the golden conductive pipes, will only allow 25, I believe, I may be wrong, but I think it only allows 25 joules of power, of buildcraft power, to go through it at one time. Or that's the way they're designed to be. So this guy created a lapis pipe, and those are simple and easy to make. Just get a regular, can't remember if it's a wooden conductive or a wooden transport pipe. Find a piece of lapis. Let's see if it works with that. It may have to be a wooden conductive. I honestly do not remember how this one goes. Let me look it up. No, wasn't that complicated. That's what I had. You just put it on the side. But what these do is allow that 500 joules that's coming out of there now that it's fully self-sustained. The only thing it's powering currently is those water pumps over there, and we're draining power out of here. So if we simply click that over, it's going to start filling that storage unit back up. And I have another one over here I believe is full, but we're not using it for anything. What I did want to show you is we have 6 quarries out here right now, chilling out, doing nothing. And what we're going to do is turn the power onto it. And what I'm going to do is turn this off so it gets all the power that it can get. And we're going to come out here and see what this is doing. That one machine is powering all these quarries. So you can see how beneficial it is. That's running it red. I don't like that. You know what? I think it's running perfectly fine. Debris one running 6 quarries like this. Basically, once you get this thing set up, I don't think you'll ever need any more engines like these or excuse me, anything else. This is enough power to suffice anything you may ever need. It is by far one of my favorite mods. I'm using it in my Let's Play, and it's in the DNS Tech Pack, the one I use, so that's where I found out most about it, and I don't seem to find too much stuff on YouTube about it. It is very, very expensive to make all the parts for it. I can see why, but once you get it, you don't need anything else, and it's self-sustaining. It'll keep itself hot and at the highest temperature. What you can do is add a redstone signal to it, and it'll stop producing energy. And it'll gradually cool down over a long period of time. But once it gets below that fusing mark again, you'll have to power it and get it going and start all over again. But simply taking that redstone signal away, it starts to hit those quarries up. And you can see they're all going. It should be all coming into here. And you can see how much stuff we've already gotten from just that little bit of time. I don't think this one takes sand. Oh, it's not getting power. Let's just move it over to 1. Now it should be getting power from maybe this will take it. I don't think it likes sand. It doesn't seem to be registering anything for sand at the moment. But good thing we have this. We can take the dirt and that. Let's see if it takes. What's this one? Let's see if it takes coal. It does not take coal. It does take dirt though. I mean cobblestone. Same with this one. Let's bump them up. Give them a little extra power. We flip this one back to 1. See if we can't get everything running off that one fusion generator. And that's running off the fusion generator, so is that. So is this thing. Still bringing that stuff in. These the 6 pumps over here are running off. Should be running off of it. They're getting a tiny bit of energy. There is another block that I haven't got to work just right yet. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. This is supposed to, if we... Oh, something else I found out too. This is very, 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 very important. If you... Let's get us some conductive pipes here. If you go to add on to the system, if you loop it around, you saw how it got really big, it will explode. I don't know why that is. But you can see it doing it there. If you let it go for any longer than I just did, it will explode. And don't ask me why. But that's the way it works. Now I can't remember. Actually, we can just put one here. If we break that, everything loses its energy. Apparently I can't do that. Can't break one, I guess. Well, what this is supposed to do is direct energy to whichever direction you want it to go to. Let's see which one's yellow. Of course, the one I started with. Let's make the green one the primary. And we can tell it how much energy we want it to output. Of course, I haven't figured out how to get it to work yet, and we can set priorities for it. Something's telling me that maybe it needs to come in through the top. This one I haven't quite figured out yet. I understand the purpose for it and what it's supposed to do. I just haven't got it to work right yet. But right now I don't have a clue where all that energy is going. But as for now, we'll put our lapis pipe back down. Hope we're not looping. And there it goes back to all our quarries. Again, it's a great mod. Definitely worth checking out. In just that short amount of time, look how many items we've already gathered. This is Madcock83. Please try this one out. I'm going to put a link down there to where you can find the mod and any information about it. You will need to read a little bit about this one to figure it out. Like I said, it's very expensive to make, especially this fusion generator and all the other parts, but very, very, very much worth it. We can simply destroy all this and never need any engines for buildcraft again. Another thing with this, use this in conjunction with the IC2 and buildcraft crossover mod, and there is a block in there, in that mod, if I can find it quickly, since we're ending this generator. And if you power it with buildcraft power, it produces IC2 energy. And since this is the only thing this requires anymore is just water, you can simply pump water into this and create a shit ton of industrial craft energy. Just thought you might like to know that. Anyway, this is Madcock83. Have a good day.